So right before Christmas, I made a video talking about my Autel 2019 wish list. It wasn't really specific to the EVO per se, but it was just things that I wanted to see. Now with CES 2019 done and gone, I have some specific things I would like to see changed for the second generation EVO in 2019. Stick around. What's up and welcome back everybody. My name is Original Dobo, and if you're new here on my channel, I do drone and tech related content. So if that's at all interesting, you may want to hit that subscribe button before you leave this video. So back in December, just before Christmas, I made a wish list of what I wanted to see out of Autel in 2019. It wasn't really specific to just the EVO, it was just as the company in general. So if you want to check that out, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. But it's been roughly about 9 months that I've been flying this drone, and it's been no big secret. I really do like this drone. I like Autel's products, and I like the company in general. However, there are some things that I would like to change, and I have been seeing recently larger creators have been getting their hands on this drone 9 months later. But I think that there are some improvements that can be made for the second generation of the EVO, if there's going to be. I think there definitely will be. This is too successful for there not to be. But they're really simple, and I think that everybody could appreciate these suggestions I'm making. And again, this is totally speculation and nothing is based on facts. This is just what I would like to see. Not really a wish list, but I think these are necessary changes. Now, the very first change that I would make would be to the controller, and not necessarily to the screen or anything on the controller, but in the terms of ergonomics. Now, you've heard me say this before, that I've always felt that the EVO controller wasn't the most comfortable thing to hold in your hand. Now, you can buy things like the lift door, which definitely does help attribute to better ergonomics, but I always felt like the buttons could have been positioned a little bit better. Same thing with the scroll wheels. It was always a little bit hard, at least for me, to grip it and hold it because the arms of the controller always want to flop in. So it was always a struggle between holding them out and being able to reach my scroll wheels. But I think we can do better on the ergonomics and still maintain relatively the same size. So first things first, ergonomics, need better ergonomics. And if I'm just going for a stretch of the imagination here, maybe a little bit brighter screen built in. I know battery life has a big detriment anytime you start increasing the brightness, but definitely a little bit brighter screen would be very much most welcome. Now, the second thing should come at no shock to anybody. I've said this again many times before, is I would love to see a different texture on this drone. Now, the glossy top finish scratches incredibly easy, and it's just annoying, but I think a matte finish is fine. You can leave the orange. I'm actually really okay with the orange. I would just like it more to feel like an orange peel than a smooth, I don't know, traffic cone, I guess. But you can always go ahead and fix this easily though with wraps, and I'll say it right this time, altitudewraps.com. I'll leave a link in the description below, but you can go check it out. We're doing EVO skins now. So if you are annoyed with these scratches, you can just go pop a skin on there, and you can even change the color if you like. So if you don't like orange, you can go black or whatever. Altitude skins is just really the way to go. So again, altitudewraps.com, link in the description below. I said it right, not fired just yet. Maybe, I don't know. And then lastly, one of the things that I want to see change, and surprisingly, it has nothing to do with a 1-inch sensor, but it does have to do with the camera, but it's not a 1-inch sensor. I'm actually okay with the EVO camera. I think it's probably the best camera on a drone right now for this size and this price. I think it really is fantastic. The field of view is great, and I'm going to touch more on that as I close out this video, but I think dynamic range is phenomenal. So I mean, for a compact sensor, I'm okay with it not being a 1-inch. However, I do want to see a redesign in the gimbal. I would love for the roll axis not to be built into the camera. So currently today, you can pitch the camera up or down, and you can pan side to side, but you cannot actually roll the camera. Even when it's off, the roll doesn't function. It's actually a built-in function of the camera lens itself, which could be a reason why we saw earlier reviews that I've done and others had did, where we saw a little bit of a horizon tilt and some drift in the gimbal. I think all this can be resolved if we just have a gimbal that has truly 3 axes externally, not built into the camera. I think that would be a welcome addition. However, they did fix that. They did fix it for the most part, but I think it's just gonna make calibration much easier in the next generation of EVO than it is in this one. So that would be definitely something I want to see in the next version. But all in all, I still really am enjoying this drone. From a perspective of what I do with real estate, I like to use this in certain situations where I have to make a property look massive. The EVO is absolutely perfect. Also, I never get boxed about airspace, even though I still pull all my proper waivers. I never get yelled at about airspace, which is fantastic. There's always like these little airports, like these Dust Bowl airports that don't have any tower or anything. And the DJI app is always yelling at you. So sometimes the EVO is absolutely necessary to be able to do work in these areas. But it is cool to give yourself a really nice cinematic effect when you're doing certain properties. And the 4K 60 is just still, for me, really clutch. And yeah, I sort of missed that with my Phantom, but with the EVO, I really don't miss it at all. But I think this is still a good purchase today in 2019, this late in the game, but I definitely would love to see so much more out of the next rendition of this drone in 2019. So it really makes me excited for the summer. I hope we see something new. It would be awesome if we did. It's been a relatively quiet drone season, but let me know in the comments section below, what would you like to see different in the next version of the EVO? Drop a comment down below. I'd love to check it out. I'll definitely respond to all that I can. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you liked it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't, that other button tends to work just fine. As always, guys, stay original. Got this really cool button now. I could just sort of fade away.